Everybody hear me okay?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
thank you.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. My name is Judge Esparza. Today is Wednesday, April the 10th. We have some WRIT hearings scheduled for this afternoon. We do not have a court reporter. If you're requesting a court reporter, your case will be reset for a later date. Not hearing any objections, we will proceed as such. Just some housekeeping matters before we get started. Mr. McPherson, you are here on C-1511-24-J, State of Texas versus Erasmo Garza. The state submitted a motion to dismiss yesterday afternoon, and my understanding is your client was released sometime this morning. So free to go. Good job. You're muted.
I said, thank you very much. I'll submit a motion for non-suit.
Thank you, sir. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you.
Wait, does he have another one, Judge? Charlene Rodriguez? Is that not on the docket?
That case was going to be transferred. I believe she's actually here in the courtroom, but she's got some pending cases in the 206. And we
Yes.
notified the 139th to file a motion to transfer. I believe she has a setting tomorrow morning in the 206.
Okay.
On some other
Thank you,
cases.
Judge. I was
Just,
just
I
trying-
don't know if you're aware of that, Mr. McPherson, but we did notify the 139th to transfer her cases over.
I know I got a copy of the order of transfer, so I hadn't seen a setting yet, but I'll check.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. Have a good afternoon. Thank you. Mr. Sully, are you there?
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. I'm here.
Good afternoon. You look so much different. I hadn't seen you in a while.
Yes, Your Honor.
First case
the beard is-
Yeah, the first case I'm going to call is C-1406-24-C, State of Texas versus Christian Rivera. No hablas inglés, ¿verdad? Christian Rivera is present in the courtroom. He is non-English speaking. All I have, Mr. Alanis from our office will do the translating. All I ask is that you go slow. I'm not sure you're aware, Mr. Sully, or not, but he does have a parole hold out of Austin on his case.
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, you may proceed, sir.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. As the court pointed out, he does have a parole hold. We're still waiting to figure out if they're going to proceed with that or not. If it doesn't get lifted, then obviously any bond reduction would be moot. But just in case, we are asking the court for a bond reduction. He has 3 charges of aggravated assault. It's one incident, 3 alleged victims were present, his wife and 2 daughters, and 1 charge of unlawful restraint. The total bond, I believe, is $50,000 on each of the 3 assault charges plus $5,000. He has been found to be indigent by the court. I'm representing him by appointment. He's unable to meet such a high bond. I have his wife, Jessica Rivera, present with me here at the office. As I said, she's also the alleged victim. And she has indicated, I think she's also spoken with the state that she's asking for the charges to be dropped. I can have her testify if the court would like to hear more from her, but basically that's why we're asking for a bond reduction, Your Honor.
What are you asking in terms of bond amount?
In terms of the bond, Your Honor, and speaking to Mr. Rivera's family, I believe the most they can come up with is probably somewhere between $2,500 to $5,000 toward a bond, which I'm assuming most bondsmen would probably charge around 10%. So that somewhere, if the bond was a total of $25,000 to $50,000, that's something that they might be able to work with, Your Honor. But the current amount is beyond their reach.
State?
Judge, he shot a gun at his wife and children. It doesn't matter if she wants to drop the charges. I don't I don't think that we have to take into account her safety and the safety of the community. He is on parole. He has a parole hold. I'm just really concerned about where he's gonna go or what's gonna happen with this case. We'd be opposed to a bond reduction.
Yeah, Mr. Sully, I was actually the one that magistrated this gentleman. And in looking over the paperwork, at the time, we did issue 3 emergency protective orders, which are still in effect up until, they will not expire until June 25th of this year. The protected persons are Jessica Rivera, and I believe the other 2 would be his children, a Julissa and a Hayden. Also have protective orders that will expire at the same time. Is your client a U.S. citizen, Mr. Sully?
He is, Your Honor.
Okay. Raise your right hand, sir. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
How old are you, sir? State your name, please. Put your hand down. State your name. How old are you? Speak louder. What city do you currently live in? You live with your wife?
We live together. We live together.
On Brushline Road?
Yes.
Do you understand that there was a protective order issued in this case? And if you were to make bond, you could not go back to that address. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you have somewhere else to go?
He has nowhere to go.
What city would you live in?
Es en Alto, en Mission, pero Alto, pues sabes,
Who would you be living with?
No. His mother-in-law.
Are you currently on parole, sir?
Yes.
You understand there's a hold from Austin on your case because you're on parole. You understand that? They came to visit him today? I'm a little concerned too, Mr. Sully. I mean, the allegations, have you seen the complaint?
No, Your Honor, but I'm familiar with what's being alleged, Your Honor.
It's alleged he tied her up and shot at the wife and pointed and shot the gun in the direction of his 2 children. A weapon was recovered, my understanding.
Yes, Your Honor. She's here and she appears to be all right. And if I may add, Your Honor, I understand the charges are very serious. So does Ms. Rivera. What she's indicated basically is Ms. Rivera has some mental health issues, and she believes that as long as he receives treatment, she doesn't expect anything like this to happen again. Believes it was an issue where he wasn't receiving the treatment he needed, and that's basically the cause of what happened. But like I said, she's here if the court wants to address her further, but just as a proffer, like I said, we do recognize that these are, very, very serious charges. But at the same time, that's why she's indicated that she would like the charges to be dropped, although it's obviously not up to her, but that's why she, she's still supportive of him even after he's been charged with this, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, I
Where were you born,
understand.
I'm sorry, hold on just a minute. Where were you born, sir?
Puerto Rico.
How long have you lived in Hidalgo County?
9 years since 2015.
Custody, though. You did it. He was sentenced to 4 years back in 2020, and he was sentenced 16 to 3 years. So he's been in custody, it looks like, for the last 7 years. Yes. Are you receiving services from Texas Tropical?
Apenas iba aquí apenas tenía antes que vencer y tenía cita con ellos, pero tardaría un mes. We had an appointment like in 2 months.
Oh. When were you released from TDC?
January 23rd.
Of this year?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Do you have a job?
Tenía trabajo, pero estaba haciendo más trabajo por mi cuenta. Tengo mi máquina de hacer landscaping, pero estaba trabajando en los años.
Giselle, I'm going to deny any relief requested at this time. He does have a parole hold. The court retains jurisdiction for 30 days. If parole lifts their hold, you can, before the 30 days, and you want to revisit with it, you're welcome to send notice to the court, and we can set it for another hearing.
Understood, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Go ahead and have a seat, sir. Good luck to you.
All right. Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Thank you, Mr. Sully. Next case we're going to call is C 1510-24-I, State of Texas versus Luis Beltran.
Yes, sir.
Speak English, Mr. Beltran?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and stand up, sir. Mr. Capello, this is your motion, and I'm not
Yes,
sure
sir.
if you're aware, sir, but there was an error in Odyssey. They had the possession of marijuana at a $20,000 bond, but it actually should have been $5,000, and the tampering, they had it at $5,000. That's the one that should have been $20,000. So they had the right
Reversed.
amounts. Yeah, they had them reversed. But it's your motion, sir. We went ahead and corrected. I notified booking here after I reviewed the complaints, and they made the correction. So as it stands, he's got a $20,000 cash surety bond on the tampering. The possession of marijuana charge, the complaint has already been filed. So you'd have to take that up with County Court number 2, I believe.
Yes, sir. I believe that one's been filed, Judge. I don't know about the evading arrest. However, you're correct. It's my motion. May I proceed, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, Mr. Beltran, I met with him at the jail and also a telephone conference. I know this honorable court likes to know the background of the applicants. According to Mr. Beltran, he informs me that he did 10 years on an aggravated robbery. He was certified to stand trial as an adult, did 10 years, successfully completed his parole. Subsequent to that, he picked up a 2-year TDC stint for an evading arrest with a vehicle. This case stems from a situation, Judge, where he was in a hotel with his wife. It appears to be, it was a holdover. In other words, the following night or the following day was not paid for. The police were called in. Mr. Beltran claims that they drew their pistols and were about to tase him. So he did not want to get tased, and so he took off running, Judge. And all these charges stem from that. Allegedly, he had a baggie of marijuana. He claims he did not. And then he disposed of it, Judge, on the way wherever he was running to. He jumped on top of a fence, but subsequent to that, he surrendered to law enforcement, Judge, and was taken into custody without further incident. Now, Mr. Bentham is asking for a personal recognizance bond on all cases. I told him that was probably not going to happen. But he's insisting, Judge, that he be given a PR bond on both the evading arrest and also on the temporary, Judge. That's all I have for this.
That's right. The evading and the the POM, the complaint has been filed on both of those cases. They both landed in County Court Law number 2, and I believe they have a April 16th setting.
Okay, Judge, then the only thing we had before your honor is the tampering with the physical evidence. Then.
That's correct. State, what's your position?
Judge, he is a habitual offender. I can recommend a reduction to $15,000 cash surety.
And with that, Judge, we'll leave it to the court's discretion. You know our position. Mr. Beltran is insistent on a personal recognizance bond. Like I informed him on both visits, I said that's going to be a very hard thing to achieve because of his record. But he's insisting, Judge, that he be given a personal recognizance bond.
Raise your right hand, sir. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
State your name, please.
Luis Eduardo Beltran,
How old are you, Mr. Beltran?
33, born on 34 Smith.
Where were you born?
Westico, Texas.
What city do you currently live in?
Westico with my wife. En la casa de mi suegra.
Are you on parole right now?
No, may I speak, Your Honor?
No, let me ask the questions. Do you have a job?
Yes.
Where do you work?
I cut hair. I just came out from Odessa. I was doing rustabout work in the rigs. But my backup, like whenever I went to do 3 years, I did 2, and I came out on parole. I got my GD, and I came back out, and I went for barber, got the grant and stuff. So I cut hair. So
Where at?
Alamo Barbershop, Dayton. The owner, he's my friend.
Is that in Alamo or what?
Yes, 2 shops, but
You got children, sir?
Excuse me.
Do you have children?
Yes, I have 2, and I have 1 on the way. And the reason I was asking for bond reduction on the charges, it's just 3 weeks to deliver. So she just like approximately 3 weeks, but she's just trying to hold on, and I want to be.
You understand you've got 3 charges and there's only 1 that I can reduce the bond on. The other 2, the complaint has already been filed. They landed in County Court number 2. So you and your attorney are going to have to go in front of that judge to see what he'll give you on those bonds. There's a setting for April the 16th, so it's not till next week. So regardless what I do with this bond, you're still going to have to wait to see what that judge does on those bonds. Do you understand that?
Yes,
Okay.
I have a question if I may.
I'm going to go ahead and reduce the bond on the tampering charge to $1,000 cash surety. I'm going to order random UAs through probation. Probation's going to contact you, sir,
Yes,
to go in and get drug tested periodically.
yes,
You need to make sure you show up. If you don't show up, let me finish, okay? And then you can ask your questions, but let me finish first. If you don't show up, we're gonna have a hearing, see why we shouldn't put you back in jail. If you show up and you come back positive for drugs or alcohol, you're gonna end up back in jail. Do you understand?
yes, sir.
Make sure you answer your phone when they contact you or you call them back. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
This will just, if you make bond, this will just get you out of jail. You're gonna have to show up at the courthouse at a later date with your attorney to take care of these matters. So make sure you stay in contact with your attorney. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Bond will be reduced to $1,000 cash surety, random UAs through probation. Anything else, Mr. Capello?
Nothing before this honorable court. Thank you very much, Des, for hearing us out. We have
Thank you, guys. Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Capello. Have a good afternoon. Good luck to you, sir. Have a seat.
So how much would my bond be right now?
You need to talk to a bondsman and they'll tell you what they charge. You can have your family contacted, set it at $1,000.
You reduce 1?
It's the only one I have control of, jurisdiction over. The other two, listen to me. The other 2, you'll have to address it in front of the other judge, okay? The only one I have control of or jurisdiction is the tampering. I reduced it to $1,000 cash surety. Talk to a bondsman or talk to your attorney and he'll explain to you how much you need to come up with, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Mr.
Good luck to you.
Beltran, if you make bond, you need to go ahead and give me a call so we can set that case, so we can be in court on Tuesday together. You have court next week. Don't miss court, because
Already
they can issue a warrant for you. Okay,
Yes, I have the money already, sir.
okay, make sure
I
you're
was
in the
gonna
county
ask-
court too next Tuesday, because if you don't show up, that judge will issue an arrest warrant for you.
I'm gonna be present, I'm gonna be present, when, my next court date. So how much do I have to pay right now? What will be the percentage? Cause it was at 3,500. And now,
We're gonna go ahead and have a seat and you can visit with your attorney later.
okay,
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Capello.
Yes, sir.
Lucy, are you there?
Yes, Your Honor.
I tried sending you the emails yesterday and it kept kicking them back, but I guess you got the notice.
Yes, I'm having a big drama with Google right now.
Okay, I wasn't sure if we had a wrong email address or not. The next case I'm gonna call is C 1452-24-J, State of Texas versus Lizette Sandoval Torres. Torres is present. You speak English, correct?
Yes, sir.
She is present in the courtroom. She's English speaking. This is your motion. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. So Ms. Torres is before the court. She has a total of 5 cases, 3 of which are felony offenses. All 3 of them are manufactured delivery. She has 1 each of a 1st degree, 2nd degree, and 3rd degree. Their respective bond amounts for those are $70,000, $60,000, and $20,000 cash or surety. She also has 2 misdemeanor Class Bs of possession charges, each at $5,000 cash or surety. Ms. Torres is a U.S. citizen. Prior to her arrest and detention for these alleged offenses, she was employed as at KB Massage Therapy and Healing. She's certified in holistics and has been doing that line of work for the last 11 years. In speaking to Ms. Torres as well as her family, she can come up with approximately $2,000 at the present time to post a bond in total. I do have to tell the court that the state alleges that she is a habitual offender. And so I don't think we were able to come to an agreement on what those reductions should be. But for her part, Ms. Torres is asking the court to set her bonds at, I was asking for $35,000 on the 1st degree manufactured delivery, $5,000 each on the 2nd and 3rd degree manufactured deliveries, and asking the court to consider PR bonds on the 2 misdemeanors.
Okay. Hey,
Judge, she is a habitual offender, but we were recommending a reduction, which I let Mr. Gallo know, of 50%. So she does have a conviction in 2017 where she was revoked and adjudicated sentenced to prison in 2022 also. So very recently, so she would be a minimum of 25, but we were nonetheless recommending a 50% reduction in the bonds.
Yeah, I saw an order of commitment from January 22. They give her 4 years. Raise your right hand, man. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You put your hand down. State your name.
Lizette Torres.
A little bit louder.
Lizette Torres,
How old are you, Ms. Torres?
39,
Where were you born?
Mission Texas.
Are you currently on parole?
Yes, sir.
I didn't see a parole hold. Did anybody,
I didn't see one either, Judge, but
has parole come to visit you?
Yes, they did not put a hold.
They didn't put a hold on you? Okay. But they did visit with you
Yes, they did.
recently?
Yes, sir.
When?
Last week.
What city do you currently live in?
Mission Texas.
Understand if you make bond, like I told the other ones, just get you out of jail, you're still gonna have to show up at court at a later date to take care of these matters. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And there's a possibility that parole may come back and put a hold on you. Have you rearrested or put a hold on you before you're released. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
The 2 misdemeanor cases, bond will be reduced to $2,000 PR each. The 3rd degree, I showed it as a state jail felony, but the one that said at 20,000 bond will be reduced to $2,000 cash surety. The 2nd degree, bond will be reduced to $2,000 cash surety. And on the last one, the first degree bond will be reduced to $5,000 cash surety. We'll also order random UAs through probation, so they're gonna be testing you. You need to stay clean, you understand?
Yes, sir.
Get away from these co-defendants. No contact with them, don't be calling them, don't be hanging out with them anymore. You could end up back in jail, you understand that?
I understand.
Take care of your family, take care of your kids, your children,
Yes, sir.
take care of your children. Anything else, Ms. Regalado?
Yes, Judge, if I could just briefly verify with her phone number so that I can ensure that she has notice of hearings in the future. Ms.
Should give her-
Sandoval, is your number still 956-545-1873?
No, ma'am. It's, you can contact my mother. They stay with my phone, Edinburgh PD. So the number is 956-391-6976.
6970?
6976. 391.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Make sure you stay in contact. When you get out, contact your attorney. Once you get lost, you understand?
Yes, sir.
You take care of these matters. Okay, anything else?
That's all I have, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you, Ms. Regalado. This case we're gonna call is C-1384-24-E, State of Texas versus Miranda Castillo Bueno. Do you speak English, Ms. Bueno?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Go ahead and stand up in the middle there of the room. Mr. Tejerina, this is your motion. This case was reset from last week. For whatever reason, she was not brought to the courtroom, but she is here today. So you may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, on this matter, we are going forward or asking the court for consideration on the production for the felonies. They have filed the misdemeanor. We've made one court appearance on that. My client does have a first degree, it appears like, and a third degree felony pending in intake, Judge. My client has been incarcerated for more than 90 days. She is a U.S. citizen. She was employed prior to her incarceration as a provider. She also has a 13-year-old daughter that she cares for. She's a high school graduate and resides in Edinburgh with her mother, Your Honor. We're just asking the court for consideration based on the fact that they haven't filed any cases at this time, and it's been more than 90 days, to consider personal recognizance bond on both of these matters.
State,
Judge, I'll agree that the defendant has been in custody over 100 days, so I mean, the court needs to do what it needs to do, Your Honor.
okay. Raise your right hand, man. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
State your name.
Miranda Bueno,
Where were you born, Ms. Bueno?
McAllen, Texas.
What city do you currently live in?
Edinburgh,
Where do you live in? How long have you lived in Edinburgh?
like 4 months.
Where were you living before that?
And Donna,
You lived in Hidalgo County for how long?
since I came back in 2010, I used to live in Indiana.
You have family here in Hidalgo County?
Yes, sir.
Who do you have here?
My mom and my dad.
That's who you're gonna be living with?
Well, with my mom, yeah.
And your child is with who right now?
With my mom.
Based on the fact that she has been in custody for 108 days, no indictment has been forthcoming. Bond will be reduced on both of these cases to $5,000 PR bond. We'll order random UAs through probation. No drugs, no alcohol. You understand? You need to stay clean until this matter is resolved, and hopefully after that. But probation will contact you also to go in and get tested periodically. If you don't show up, we're gonna put you back in jail. If you show up and you're dirty for drugs or alcohol, you're gonna end up back in jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Take care of your family, take care of yourself. Anything else? Mr. Tejerina,
No, Your Honor, thank you.
stay in contact with your attorney. Do you have information, contact information for her or her family? Mr.
I do,
Tejerina?
Judge. We've been in conversation
Okay.
with her family. Mhm.
Okay, good. All right, that'll be the judgment of the court. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, good luck to you all.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, sir. Have a good afternoon. Thank you.
You too, Judge. Thank you.
Alice, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.